Obviously, Wednesday was tough. And you guys have played really well through SEC play, but non-conference was kind of tough. And you think it's just a matter of your team getting better, or is there anything that you guys as staff want to improve in the future in non-conference play?
Yeah, I think we definitely got better. Our guys have, got better at finding ways to win and executing the game plan of what we need to do on a game-to-game basis. I mean, we were really good defensively for that stretch that we had won those 5 games in a row. We kind of reverted back a little bit to not really executing, defensively. Figuring that we were just going to maybe try to outscore our last game, and it's a dangerous game coming up tomorrow. With a team that is really good at scoring the basketball, so we have to figure out how we can put a little more defense into the game, more so than we did down at their place. I mean, it was a fun game to watch, but it was a kind of agonizing game as a coach to not get your defense set until the second half. We finally got some stops, so hopefully we can inject some defense into the game a little sooner tomorrow.
What is the difference between Florida when they had Castleton before versus now when he's out?
Well, I think they're running a lot of the same things, the sets, but it's just Castleton's a load. He's a guy that catches around the basket. I mean, him and Liam had probably one of the best big man battles of the year. Watching those guys go at it, Liam was unbelievable. Castleton was very good as well. With him being out, I mean, it's one of those things where you can't relax. You got, Jatobo. He's a big body inside that's still capable of making plays around the basket. I mean, he's a good passer. So we just and those other guys played well for them too. Reeves, Kugel. I mean, those guys were great last game. So we got to be ready to guard them. They're still a very, very dangerous team that's playing and fighting for something as well. But we should have our focus and attention on high alert as well.
Coach, so this is for the SEC tournament preview. It's a wide open field, it looks like. You said a couple of weeks ago that your team plays best in February and into the tournament. Do you feel like y'all got to win it all or a couple of games? Where do you stand at this point?
No, I just feel like we just have to continue to take each possession, each half, take it by half and play well and focus on what's at hand. I mean, I think we have some great opportunities. We got 3 quad one games left, and I think that's that's important to us. Yeah, obviously we didn't want to go down and lose, but it's hard to win on the road in the SEC. Everyone knows that, and LSU's been in a ton of games against everybody in this league. Just fortunately, they had a guy had a career day against us. I mean, and it happens. But for us, we got to look at these next 3 opportunities as great opportunities to build our resume for the postseason. But again, can't get too far ahead of ourselves and start thinking too far out and just focusing on the task at hand.
Okay.
How's Lee doing?
Lee's doing better. I mean, he had a good report from his bone scan from the stress fracture, and looks like he could possibly be ready for the SEC tournament. So again, that gives us some more depth. Obviously, there's a long way to go as far as getting into game condition from being out as long as he has, but. Our guys have been doing a tremendous job. Brandon and Marcus, with the strength and conditioning of helping to try to build him back. It's just good to see him, out of the boot, back working out and getting close to getting on the court again.
It's that time of the year where you start to wonder about kind of the older guys of next year. Is there any guys like Jordan or Ezra have you heard from on their plans for next season?
No, I mean that's way too premature. I mean, we're just focusing on the season right now. Obviously, that's in this new world that we're in with the transfer portal and NIL. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen there. Again, but again, I think our guys are mature enough to know that we just we got something to play for. Let's just focus on what we have right now, and all those things and those conversations will take care of themselves at the end of the season.
Averaging the most free throw attempts per game in the SEC. What's been the key for you to kind of get to the line more and more often as we go?
I would credit that to Ezra and Trey Thomas. Obviously, they get downhill a lot. They force my guy to help me, and then they make a great pass and dump it off to me, so I'm able to get kind of fouled at the line. I think a lot of credit goes to our guard play. Obviously, with them drawing as much attention as they do, it leaves me for open looks, and they have to foul me because they've been caught in help side.
What do you think of Florida without Colin Castleton?
Yeah, I feel bad for Colin. Obviously, he's a great player, but I mean they're a really good team. They're a well-coached team, so they're not going to come in here and I think they kept it really close to Kentucky. I haven't really watched a ton of film on them yet. Obviously, we're going to do a little bit more today. But they're a good team. They're a physical team. I know their backups are good. They're talented. I think one of them can really stretch the floor. So obviously they're going to present some challenges that LSU presented with a guy who can shoot out there. So you're going to have to really lock in and be ready to guard. Not just inside but on the perimeter now because Colin's out.
I'm doing an SEC tournament preview, and Coach said a couple of weeks y'all play your best basketball here in February and into March. How do you feel like your team is prepared going into the tournament, and you think you got to win them all or get to the championship game to get into the NCAAs?
Yeah, as far as us playing our best basketball in February, I think a lot of that comes down to our coaching staff. They continually coach us to get better and better. Obviously you'd love to be playing your best basketball in November, but it's more important to be playing your best basketball in February. So I think a lot of that comes down to our coaching staff just being relentless and coaching us to be the best of our ability. And you're seeing that at the end of the year is we're kind of picking up on all they've taught us. And as far as winning them all, I'm not Lenardi. I don't know how the bracket stuff works, but I think our whole team has the mindset we're just going to try and win them all. I mean, you don't plan on, okay, well, we have to win 5 of these next 7, and if we lose these, are okay. No, you go in with the mentality you're going to win them all, and so that's the mentality we have.
You feel like y'all are an NCAA tournament team?
I think we have the talent to do it. Obviously, the resume, and like I said, that's not up to me, but what we can do is we can make it without a doubt, go win the SEC tournament, win these last games, get us a good seed, so we have a good chance to do that, maybe get a double bye. So I think it really comes down to just competing and making sure we give ourselves the best chance to have the best chance.
Thank you, Liam. You're my hero today.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.